Welcome to Brighton. You're watching the Powerboat P1 World Championship.
Yes, that's right, we're on the sunny south coast of England, a haven of sun, sea and fun. Brighton is truly a coastal destination for everyone, and it's the city that proudly hosts rounds 5 and 6 of this year's championship. Brighton Marina hosted Europe's premier offshore competition. Teams arrived looking to test their skills against the challenges of the English Channel. One of those was the British-sponsored Lonsdale team.
We have a dual nationality, Italian as a team and English as a brand. But we're very happy to be in this beautiful marina and this amazing place. We weren't expecting it to be this impressive, especially with the sunshine out. It's so beautiful.
In the Evolution class, all the teams are hunting down Tiraya, the dominant force to date, hoping to close the points gap. Saturday's conditions early on in testing were calm and flat, but would this be the calm before the storm?
We're very surprised because Brighton usually has testing conditions. It's often like that. We were expecting rough seas, but the sea is flat. We changed the engines, we put in smaller ones and now have a smaller power output. It's a bit of a catastrophe for us because we won't have the right speed.
Tiraya is a heavy-hulled coupe, ideal for racing in rough weather. Pre-race, however, it looked all calm on the water, but the team didn't read anything into that.
I was expecting good weather in Malta and Fiumicino. Instead, they were heavy and difficult seas. Here in Brighton right now, the weather seems to be fine. I know England very well. I've been here many times, and it can change from one moment to the next.
Lamborghini is a name associated with Italian flair, luxury supercars with plenty of horsepower. But they've also had a long and illustrious history in marine racing.
This is the Gallardo, the latest model from Lamborghini. An aluminium body, a permanently engaged four-wheel drive, 500 brake horsepower. This is the V10 5000 engine. But as well as this, we make marine engines for powerboats. Lamborghini has had a history of engine manufacturing, with the marine division starting in 1984 when a motor car engine was modified for use in a boat. And from then on, they've gradually developed for offshore. We've gone from a normally aspirated twin-valve engine to a 4-valve per-cylinder injection system.
Tiraya is one of 2 Lamborghini-powered boats taking part in this year's World Championship. After suffering reliability issues last year, this season they look like the team to beat. They've won every race to date.
As engine designers, we're constantly getting asked to produce power, power and more power. There are big differences though. Boats are more susceptible to high jumps, extreme shaking, rough sea conditions, all of which don't exist if you're in a car.
Dino Bianchi is the other Lamborghini-powered boat. They're currently sitting in 2nd place in the Evolution Championship. This racer boasts 2 750 horsepower engines, nearly twice the grunt of a Formula 1 car.
Here you can see the injectors where the fuel jets into each cylinder. This is called the multi-point and also exists in cars. The difference being here the injectors are all open. Here we have the air intakes, which is where the air comes in. It's very important. For engines, air is fundamental. It's how it breathes. The more air it gets, the more fuel we're able to burn, the more power we get. These are the exhausts. These are very particular as they are cooled down by water. It's an intercapillary system which uses the water to pass through it to cool it down. Why do we need this? As you can see, there is no circulation for air, and as the exhaust reached 900 degrees, everything would melt. Now let's turn the engines on.
So there you have it, the sound of motorsport. Is there anything more glorious? Round 5 sees competitors taking the rolling starts just off Brighton Marina. After the start lap, the boats then tackle the counterclockwise course 5 and 4 times in the Evolution and Supersport classes respectively. Each lap is 10.35 nautical miles. An hour ago, it was flat calm, but as the boats leave the marina, they're doing so in the teeth of a 20-knot wind. And look at the chop ready for the start. Away they go. A fantastic start from the field. And look at Flaminia, the light supersport boat, outstarting even the mighty behemoth that is Turaya. Well, that's the advantage of the lightweight in this heavy sea. They got an electrifying start, but Turaya is built for conditions like this, and just look at it carve its way through the water. There is Vetpunkt, and above it Cantieri Sif. They've got a great start. Now their power starts to overhaul the little Flaminia. And look at Vetpunkt.com go. They've really got the taps turned on full, and there is Turaya. That's the pass for the lead. Vetpunkt.com already has passed the boat that's won every race in the Evolution class this year. Fair and White also showing a great turn of speed. The gamble on smaller engines paid off. And look at these conditions. Vetpunkt.com, well, those F-16 fighter canopies that protect the crew, certainly earning their living here. Here's Flaminia, our Supersport leader, but it doesn't look like they're going at full pace. Vetpunkt.com heading to the mark, and in the middle of the shot, that's Turaya. They've already been passed for second by Cantieri del Mediterraneo Sif. And the sound from Turaya's engines is not what you'd expect. It sounds like they've got some kind of mechanical problem. And Flaminia definitely have. They look like they were slowing, and indeed they have. Rescue boat is there. Bootsie Bullet now leading in the Supersport class. That's great for them. Great for Fair and White as well. Third place is their best showing in a race so far this season. Oh my God, somebody is alight on the course. That's Flaminia. Well, we saw the crew taken off. They were under tow, but now it's ablaze. Fair and White holding off OSG Donsi in third, but what's happened to the yellow and blue boat? The Franco-Swiss entry's engine cover has popped up, it's been caught by the wind, and now they're going to have to stop and fasten it. Here's BWA ERG in fourth place, but the Supersport boat has got trouble, really taking a battering on the water. Cantieri Sif, and they're flying. The Isotta Fraschini engines working well in these rough conditions. Second place, their best position in a race to date, and they're chasing the leader. Lap 3, Fair and White have got the engine hatch back down, and they are on the move, trying to regain that lost third place. Vetpunkt.com making it all look so straightforward. The change of hull earlier in the season really has paid off. And here is Dino Bianchi. They've now moved to fourth in Evolution because Fair and White have been forced to pull out with that engine cover problem. Vetpunkt.com still stretching its lead past Brighton Pier. And here's the battle for second. That's Cantieri Sif in the background. OSG Donsi has now moved up into second place, and that's their best position in a race so far this season. Great view on the beach, and the one out to sea not too shoddy either, particularly for Bootsie Bullet out front in Supersport. The Brits looking good for their first. I don't believe it. The curse of the commentator looking back. There's something wrong. Bootsie Bullet is slowing, and a chance for OSG Junior maybe to claim that Supersport win. They may well pass them before the finish. It's the last lap. Here's Donsi battling as Cantieri strikes back. This is for second. Donsi starting to ease away once more as the top end power really starts to pay. Well, they won't catch the leader though. Vetpunkt.com out front in a class of their own as they cross the line and they claim round 5 of the championship. They will be delighted with their win. And Donsi claiming a strong second place, their best result of the season. And as they celebrate, sister boat OSG Junior wins in Supersport. So Vetpunkt.com's change to a Fabio Bootsie hull seems to have paid off. OSG Donsi finishing the points for only the second time this season, and Cantieri del Mediterraneo Sif limped over the line, but they did claim third.
When you have only one boat winning, so it is not a good sport. For me, it is necessary to have different winners, and we have now the first win. Now we took some points, and this boat have now 43 starts and 37 wins, so not bad, I think.
We've done a lot of work since Rome, and the boat set up with the turbos, getting reliability, prop selection, getting the boat to run well in rough and calm conditions. And today we timed it right. We thought we'd go out and dominate from the start, and we did.
With the disaster on board Flaminia and BWA ERG going out, OSG Junior win their first Grand Prix, collecting maximum points. Bootsie looked to have won it, but lost out on the final lap, finishing third behind Lonsdale.
At last, a victory. After all the second, third and fourth place finishes, we just needed a victory, and at last we have a first place.
And now, for something completely different.
Speed, action and excitement. That's what the Supersport Bootsie Bullet Boys are all about, wherever they may be.
That corner you kept catching on, that's why I was going wide, to sort of try and cut you up. It's good.
We'll have you next time.
Meet Drew Langdon and Jan Fakowski. Looking at them, you'd never think they were British offshore racing bulldogs. You just have to look at their history to understand their pedigree. In 5 years, they've raced the National Rib F1 and Pro V Class 2 series. Now they've got the Powerboat P1 bug.
The P1 attracted us mainly because it's an international event. The venues are superb. The racing is all offshore, so we're getting good long stretches of proper traditional offshore racing, which is something that Jan and I have always enjoyed.
Langdon and Fakowski haven't had the easiest of rides in this, their first season in Powerboat P1. In Malta and Fiumicino, the team had to add extra boat weight to conform to the regulations, and both times they used sand from the beach as ballast. Now water tanks manage that weight.
Because it was our first race in P1, we had to adjust the boat from when we were racing in Formula One Rib last year, which meant re-engineing and making the boat heavier to fit the power to weight ratio.
Competing in Powerboat P1 has been a tough adjustment. With a two-man boat and a hull that performs best in calm conditions, teamwork will be vital if the Bootsie Bullet is to finish well in this year's championship.
We've gone very well, it's a very good team, and having got together over the last couple of years, we sort of, once we're in the boat, think very much on one wavelength, so it's very straightforward.
We communicate by hand signals, and it's very much a business affair. I concentrate on trying to control the boat, and Jan is getting us in the right place, which is critical. He's also watching out for other crafts and trimming the boat with me, so it's a team effort, and it works very well.
With this weekend's Grand Prix in Brighton, the pressure is on the Bootsie boys to perform in front of a home crowd.
I think it's a great venue. I think it's great to have all the sort of foreign boats here. It's nice to be back in the UK racing. I mean, in some ways, obviously, we feel being on UK waters will have an advantage. On the other hand, puts us under more pressure because obviously with people you know watching on the shore, we've got to really do our best.
On a more serious note, this weekend's fire on board Flaminia has resulted in the complete destruction of the Supersport Championship winning boat from 2003. Thankfully, Toto Gualdambrini and Lucio Stefani were picked up safely, but it does highlight the dangers of motorsport.
It was the current world champion boat. I'm very upset. But we know the risks that we take. Did you see the start yesterday? It was ahead of everyone. Even the Evolution class boats. It was a great boat and it gave us a lot of pleasure. Rather than let her die in some field where no one wants her anymore, she's decided to end it like this. An end worthy of a champion boat.
Brighton's Powerboat P1 Village hosted stars and celebrities from entertainment and the sports world. It was also a perfect opportunity for corporate guests to see exactly what the whole Powerboat P1 scene was all about. Incredible hospitality, beautiful girls, and the best place to watch the race from. British ASCAR champion Ben Collins was invited to swap his car for a ride aboard Saturday's winner, Vetpunkt.com.
It's a fantastic feeling just going out of the harbour. As soon as we hit the first wave, there's a massive sort of crash as the hull hits the water. But actually, a lot of that smoothens out when we get up to speed, and you get a feel for when the thing's going to take off. But it's nothing like car racing. It's just brilliant, and you're airborne most of the time, and your sort of stomach flying around a lot. And it's a really, really fantastic feeling. I really enjoyed it.
Sunday's original course had to be aborted in favour of a new 3.3 nautical miles storm course after 25-knot winds forced organisers to replan the race. A start lap plus 10 for Supersport and 12 laps for Evolution. The wind continues to whip up the swell. This is going to be one hell of a race. Watch the start boat at the bottom. Yellow flag holding them, waiting for the green, waiting. There it goes. There's the green flag. All the throttles are mashed wide open. Taraya leaps into the lead. Look, though, at Dino Bianchi, the yellow boat, spearing through in the middle. And OSG Donsi's got a great start at the top. So here are those two, Taraya and OSG Donsi, bouncing across these enormous seas, heading up to the windward mark on the first lap, and a great mark from Donsi straight through the peak of the wave. Just look at the air they're getting. Vetpunkt.com way wide on the outside, and that has really hurt them. Look at the two cubs, yellow Dino Bianchi and the white Cantieri del Mediterraneo Sif, closing in fast as they all battle for third. Supersport category 44 is OSG Junior, the winner on Saturday, closing on leader Lonsdale. What a great battle there. Donsi again tight at the mark. Taraya almost straight by it. Now they start to turn, but looking inside, there is Vetpunkt.com challenging for second. Bootsie Bullet started the race with just one motor, limping around and being lapped by second place Supersport boat Lonsdale. Can be a tough afternoon for them and for Donsi. They seem to have lost power. Taraya just blowing by them, and Vetpunkt has now got the race lead as they too put another lap on the slow Bootsie Bullet. So Vetpunkt.com, blown away at the start, now has the lead, and it's just as close in the Supersport class. OSG Junior narrowly from Lonsdale. Lonsdale's really come back. Oh no, look at Vetpunkt. Smoke from the engine compartment. They are out of it. Dino Bianchi blows by. Fair and White, well, they're really struggling, cruising around, hoping to get some points. But this is tough work for everyone. Taraya now ploughing through the tops of the breakers. Really got this boat moving finally. Can they win the race here? OSG Junior with Donsi coming back into it, and they go deep inside, and they pick up a place from Dino Bianchi as Taraya falls by the wayside. All of that leaves Cantieri Sif on a charge and in third place. And here's the battle for the lead of Evolution. Dino Bianchi into the lead of the British Grand Prix, and that's the first time this yellow boat has led a race all season long. They need a good result, but no, I can't believe it. Dino Bianchi is now slowing, and Donsi gets the lead back. What is going on in the English Channel? That is dreadful bad luck for Dino Bianchi. What a heartbreaker. And Donsi now being challenged by Cantieri Sif. This is an incredible turnaround for Cantieri. Neither of the team's boats have scored a point all year. And look, Sif passes Donsi for the lead. Whatever problem afflicted Donsi twice already still seems to be there. The red boat not on its normal pace. Don't forget, they finished second yesterday and look like they might do again. Well, hang on a minute. No, what's happening now to Cantieri? They're slow. This is incredible. And OSG Donsi, which has taken and lost the lead 3 times, now has it back as Cantieri blows. And it looks as though Donsi will hold on. Organisers have had to shorten the race. Conditions are too brutal. OSG Donsi, second on Saturday, wins round 6 at Brighton on Sunday. That's their maiden victory. And Fair and White, limping around, pick up a well-deserved second place. It's a double celebration for the OSG team as OSG Junior again wins in the Supersport class ahead of Lonsdale. So a really tough day's racing, a really tough weekend indeed. Endurance is the name of the game, no question. And it's good to see some new teams picking up points at the top of the leaderboard. So this is how it looked in the combined weekend results. Donsey crowned Evolution Class British champions for 2004, while Vetpunkt.com's Saturday win is enough to secure them second place ahead of Fair and White.
Have you seen the film Rollerball, where in the end there was only one person left? Well, this time I was the only one left. I've never seen such a strong sea. It's probably because we're from the Riviera, but I have to say, I've never seen a sea that rough. We waited as long as possible. It was a miracle that we didn't break anything. This time it was everyone else's turn.
With the race shortened, Bootsie Bullet's patience pays off with the team collecting points for third. Lonsdale a second, and OSG Junior claim their second win of the season and the weekend here in Brighton. So no doubting the winner of the weekend, top spot for OSG Junior, maximum points and the first two wins of their young careers. Lonsdale solidly in second, ahead of the British Bootsie Bullet in third.
It's been our dream from the beginning of the championship to achieve two first places, and we managed to do it here in England, where we would never have imagined it would happen.
Toraya remain on top of the Evolution points table, though the gap has narrowed, and we now have a good fight for second place between OSG Donsey, Dino Bianchi and Vetpunkt.com. We have a new championship leader in Supersport, however. OSG Junior's two wins launched them to the top, but for how long? Faneplast and Tullio Abati both penalised in points for failing to qualify for the event. So surely that means it must be time to get busy with the fizzy as we wrap up the action from the British Grand Prix in Brighton. Rounds 7 and 8 take us to Hammamet in Tunisia. Will they find those elusive calm seas? You'll have to wait for a couple of weeks. We'll see you there.